Well, we remember the crash, but the housing market in Southwest Florida, it's been hot pretty much the last 3 years. And a new report shows just how much prices might jump in the next 3 years. We do his real estate expert, Denny Grimes. He's here in the studio with those details for us. And when you get a warning like this, Denny, you got to ask, good news or a warning sign? That's what you're trying to figure out.
Well, this article has been the talk of the town from the real estate community for the last week. In fact, I was shocked to see that over 500 shares on Facebook, because there must be a lot of people that are liking the news. Most likely they're real estate agents or sellers. I don't know how many buyers are sharing that news.
But what's the projection here, and then what does it mean?
Well, this research group got together and studied all these metropolitan areas and the top 20 markets in Florida. They project Naples to lead Florida with a 41% change in prices over the next 3 years.
That would be crazy.
It would be. And, I'm not a big fan of projections. And, their projection, they can base it on anything they want to base it on. It's really a guess. Guess is a synonym for projection. But it's one thing to say the Cavs are going to win the NBA championship this year. It's another to say they're going to win in 3 years. And I think when people make projections like this, they should put a warning label on the article or on the projection, because it can disrupt the current market.
It does have an effect, and that's what you worry about. When you see this, it'll change behavior.
Yes, because I already know the behavior of most sellers out there, because I'm starting to hear it. I'm starting to hear it from agents. I taught a class the last couple of days, and the agents are all talking about how values are going to go up. So the warning label number one for sellers, it should be that this will not apply to everyone. Now, there's a $68 million house in Naples. It's not going to go to $95 or $96 million. And then the $10 million house isn't going to go to $14 million. Now, I believe there's going to be pockets in Southwest Florida and in Naples, maybe like in Old Naples, where a $1 million house may go, or a $2 million house may go to 2.8, because there's a tremendous amount of activity of tear down of the older houses. And there's segments in the market that will see that.
Right.
But when sellers read that, or property owners read that, they think it applies to everyone. It's not true.
It's not going to go across the board. And what's the danger that this could do to the market?
Well, number one, the danger is that it could cause a seller to make a bad decision today, hoping that their home is going to be worth 41% more in 3 years. It's a guess, and it may or may not happen. The other thing is, if it may attract investors or speculators into the market, hoping for that quick return. And when our market gets out of balance with too many investors or speculators, that's the kind of air filling up a bubble.
Right. And
that creates problems down the road.
We've seen that happen before. We're better off, in a sense, I would think you would say, slow and steady growth.
Right. Now, let's say it did happen. It's going to be good news for Lee County, because basically that makes Collier County less affordable for the majority of people, and it's going to push people north. The report went on to say that Lee County is going to have more modest growth, 8 or 9% instead of 12%, which I think is good news for us.
Okay, well, kind of a mixed bag there. Thanks for trying to straighten it out, Denny. What you do this morning is right back. Top stories, weather and traffic.